Welcome to the Pretty and Profiting Show, your favorite show for branding, beauty, business, and the truth of how to be a boss lady and build your empire. Pause the show right now and grab your seat at prettyprofitsgift.com and enroll into the free 21-day e-course to build a brand that people crush on, gossip about, and buy from. And now, your host. She is the fierce money-making brand strategist and creative freaking genius, Nicole K. Lundy.
Hello, 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 Pretty and Profiting Posse. What up? I am here, your host, Nicole K. Lundy. This month, we are talking and diving deep into content marketing. We've already touched on 2 episodes on why you need compelling content and how content marketing is actual lifestyle marketing for your customers. Today, I was listening to a few comments around the interwebs about content marketing. And one thing that kept popping up was, where do I even start? Or people who have started, it seemed like they were not even sure if they were doing it right. Now, there is literally no official rule book for content marketing. It all starts with your brand. Your brand's voice, your brand's personality, and also where your target audience lives. That's where your content marketing should be published. And also the type of content that your audience needs and wants, that they request, combined with what's your natural style of delivering. That's all up to your discretion. But no matter what it is, I believe there's 3 key factors that needs to be played with content marketing at all times, every single time. And the first one of those is consistency. Now, this podcast show is relatively new. We are in our 5th month. And before we started, I read so many comments in one of the Facebook groups I'm in about, people starting out all gung-ho with their show and then they just burn out and they call it pod fading. And I was like, oh, that's not a problem, because I know my target audience wants this podcast. They've been asking me for it. I'm ready to do it. Plus, I love doing it. But sometimes it applies to our newsletters. So you say, I'm going to send out a newsletter every Monday. It's going to go out at 7 p.m. And then you get tired, or you get writer's block, or something happens and your list doesn't hear from you over 6 months, over a year, for a very long time. And then you have to put your tail between your leg and say, hey, I'm still alive. Could you buy my program? That is just not the way you want to go. So, and then social media. There's so many Twitter people I want to follow, and then I jump on their Twitter account and then they haven't posted anything for 3 years. But yet they have a Twitter link on their website or on their business card. I don't get that either. Content marketing has to be consistent. If you send people to a particular content publishing channel, which social media is, it needs to be active. It should not be a ghost town. And if you commit to delivering a specific type of content, don't get discouraged because it's not getting enough shares, it's not going viral. You have to give your content marketing time, especially if it's new. It's new for you, it's new for your target audience. Give them some time, 90 days to 6 months, before you start generating that buzz and whatever metrics you've set out for that particular content marketing piece. So consistency is always key. Number 2 is that you have to tailor things to your audience. Last episode, we talked about content marketing as it relates to lifestyle marketing. It's the same thread. If your target audience are not parents, for instance, none of your content marketing should be related to parenting. They don't get it. They're not in that world. They have an outside view of it. But if you position your content marketing for people who aren't parents yet but plan to be, That is customized and tailored to your audience. So important. People will click off of that page. People will, scroll right past your tweet as soon as there's any slight indication that whatever it is you're publishing is not for them, has nothing to do with them. They're not paying attention. You do not have time to put any hint of doubt in your target audience's mind that whatever it is you are producing and publishing is not related to them. You have to tailor it to your audience. So you have to know them. We always talk about that. You have to know your audience. We'll be right back. I have one more key strategy that must be in all of your content marketing. There is no blueprint, but I believe these 3 key factors must be in every piece of your content marketing. We'll be right back. Let's imagine that you have a brand that's influential, buzzworthy, and profitable. It's time to make this happen. If you are looking to master your brand messaging so that it's captivating and fascinating and attracts your target audience, develop your signature program that you can start enrolling clients in right away, get clarity in your market positioning for long-term profitability and growth, create your marketing plan and sales promotion strategy, and lastly, design a customized action plan to make implementation simple, I created the Monetize My Brand program to do exactly that for your business. The reason I work with high-performing entrepreneurs on building their bankable brand is because the world does not need more cookie-cutter brands. Go to prettyprofits2015.com and book your Monetize My Brand intensive. Playtime, it's over. So today we are talking about how content marketing builds relationships with your audiences. And the reason it does this is because you're consistently publishing it, you're tailoring it to your target audience, and lastly, you are producing fascinating content. Nobody does this better than Red Bull, Apple, Starbucks, Marie Forleo, Dan Kennedy. It is fascinating and compelling content. It's so customized to their target audience. It's obvious when you're outside the bubble, you're outside the circle, and they have massively successful businesses from Red Bull to Marie Forleo to Dan Kennedy because their content is so compelling, because it's so tailored, because it's so consistently published. Listen, success leaves clues. Not everybody that preaches about marketing that's not the only people you should follow. I look at TD Jakes, I look at Joel Osteen. All of these people are creatively, incredibly smart marketers. And it's so fascinating to watch because here we are, and I'm sure you'll look at TD Jakes and Joel Osteen when you're done with this episode. But if you look at their marketing game, it is sick. Off the hook. It's because, once again, it's consistent, it's tailored, and it's compelling. Fascinatingly captivating. Study, and figure out how you can have these 3 factors. I can't tell you, what you should be producing, what your voice is for your brand. I can't tell you those things. Those things because you are in the trenches building your brand. Nobody knows your brand better than you. So I can't give you all the brand key tactics specifically to your brand. I would have to talk to you one-on-one, of course. But what I do know is that you have to come out the gate and go hard. Build relationships with your content marketing. Don't produce anything without a specific purpose, whether it's building relationships or selling something or giving a resource. Purpose behind everything. And remember, once again, that it has to be consistent, it has to be tailored, and it has to be fascinating. That's it for today. I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Pretty and Profiting Show. Now, I want you to join the Pretty and Profiting Posse over on Facebook. It's simple to join. Just go to Facebook, type in Pretty and Profiting in the search box, and click join. Hurry, we're waiting on you. Until next time, stay pretty and stack those profits.